saying, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back here to bring you guys 5 different stocks to watch this upcoming week. Now, you guys know these videos take a lot of time, so please, before we get into the video, please drop the thumbs up, hit the like button, comment on the video, let me know your thoughts about these stocks, let me know what you think could happen going into this week. Also, make sure you guys share these videos with your friends to help them get out to more people, and of course, lastly, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here for more videos just like this. Now, like I said, this upcoming week is going to be an interesting one, and in this video I've got a few different stocks, some which are long-term holds, some which could squeeze soon, some which are just exciting, some which are relevant to specific sectors for a specific reason. We're going to go through all these today, but as I said, make sure you guys show the support as well. Now, one thing I do want to clarify is I'm not a financial advisor. These stocks are just stocks out there, and I'm just giving my opinions and my thoughts on them. Anything could literally happen, so please do not just go and put your money into them or invest in things that you don't understand, you don't know about, just because you watched a video about them. But without further ado, let's get straight into this video and talk about those 5 different stocks to watch going into this week. Now, the first stock, Ashford Hospitality Trust, ticker symbol AHT. So this stock is actually down 21% this week. It sold off heavily this week after seeing a pretty good week the week before, but on the month it's up over 72%. Now, this is a stock I like under the $5 range, and some of you guys may have seen Zach Morris tweeting about this stock multiple times on Twitter. Now, will it hit $10? Will it hit $15? Will it hit $20? We're yet to see that. But what I'd like to highlight is, last time it sold off like this and got to around the $5 range, it bounced back very quickly and saw highs of $7. Now, I want you guys to understand that this stock is right now sitting at $5.12, and like I mentioned, under $5, I like it, but there still could be potential opportunity at the $5 range, just above the $5 price point. And so I'm going to be looking at this very closely tomorrow as market opens. One thing, which is, well, in fact, a few different interesting things about this stock. Pre-COVID, this stock was sitting around $20 to $30, around that range. And, again, it's sitting at the $5 range right now. So could this be the next one to be similar to AMC and see highs of $20, $30 again real soon? Who knows? Another thing I'd like to really highlight, which is very interesting, right before market closed on Friday, it started getting large volume towards the end of Friday as market was closing. There was a 4.5 million share buy order placed on AHT. Now, these kind of things are always interesting, especially when they're placed very late. And if you guys do want to see these kind of things, by the way, you can look on websites like Thinkorswim, you'll see these kind of things. But those kind of things don't just happen randomly. I do believe that has an impact on what the stock's going to do tomorrow as the market opens. But again, we don't know what's going to happen. Nobody can predict the stock market, so it's going to be just interesting to watch what happens with this stock. 2, Bank of America, ticker symbol BAC. So this stock is sitting around the $38 range right now, just under $40. And I think this one is one that's being heavily overlooked. So Bank of America was down 8% this week, but it's down 7% on the month. And right now, that purely means buying opportunity for us. You'd be interested to know that 1 in every 2 households in America has something to do with Bank of America. So they might have an account there, someone might work there, they might have a check-in or a credit card. 1 of every 2 households has something to do with Bank of America. And that's not the reason I'm telling you guys that this is an interesting stock to watch this week, but because it's pretty oversold in the past week, and it's got plenty of room to recover. Now, when it comes to these financial sectors, these banking stocks, you have to remember that they are going to sell off, but they're going to bounce back. Eventually, they're going to bounce back. Now, think about this. Stimulus checks are still flowing. Stimulus money is still in full flow. Unemployment rate should be decreasing by the end of the year. Also, I've got to highlight this for you guys. Consumer spending is not really decreasing. People are still spending money from their savings. People are still spending money from their check-ins while they're at home. Yes, as people get back to work and we're out and about again, as we travel again, then more spending is going to happen. And right now the financial sector is not as badly hit as the travel sector, which we're going to get onto later on, by the way. But Bank of America is one that's sitting at a nice price point for a buying opportunity. Now, personally, I wouldn't place call options on these, and if I were to do that, I'd probably place them around 45 to 60 days out. But there is definitely potential for your call options as well. And speaking of options, it's actually one of the top options traded by volume this past week. So even though it sold off, you could have made some money through the puts. You could have started buying some call options for 6 months down the line. For example, Thursday it sold off heavily, and Friday it still sold off a little bit, but not as bad as Thursday. That is your opportunity to make money off puts. Remember, you can make money off puts and calls in this market. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these kind of stocks. You definitely have potential for opportunities with these kind of stocks. But buying and hold, I do not think you can go wrong with Bank of America at this price point. So under $40 is a nice price point to buy. But Bank of America is definitely one, again, that I see with great potential for a long-term buy and hold. 3, Southwest Airlines, ticker symbol LUV. So I briefly just mentioned the travel sector as well as the financial sector. And the travel sector is one that has been hit pretty bad recently, but not as bad as it was hit last year. So to begin with, I'd like to say Last year when the travel sector got hit pretty bad, the cruise lines, the airlines, they got hit badly, but they bounced back. You know, I'm pretty sure all of them have seen at least 100% returns from 10, 11 months ago. Now that should tell you something. Yes, the travel sector is not really popping right now, but there's still so much potential for long-term buy and hold. Now, one thing which is very interesting with Southwest Airlines this past week is, I think it was Wednesday, there was some interesting news, and Southwest had to actually halt many of their flights, or cancel even many of their flights, due to computer difficulties. So those kind of things are never good, and Southwest did see a sell-off towards the end of the week, but on Friday it started to recover before selling off again towards the end of the day. Now all of these are potential opportunities to buy call options for 45 days to 60 days out. All of these are potential opportunities to buy for long-term buy and holds. I've got to tell you again, last year, we saw airlines sell off throughout the summer. Towards the end of the summer, or in fact, not even the end of summer, towards around July, a lot of these recovered very quickly. We saw stocks double within a period of 2 to 3 weeks. And I'm not saying that's going to happen again this year, but even though some of these airlines are oversold right now, all that means is there's potential opportunity for buying. So there will be potential pushes up once we get flying and traveling again, and once people are on the move. But still, there could be potential pushes up in anticipation of that happening. So keep your eyes out on what Southwest Airline does this week. Personally, I would look at $60 calls. Maybe if you want to be a bit more safe, you go not too out of the money and look at the $57 calls, thereabout. But you got to keep your eyes on this stock. You got to keep your eyes on that travel sector. Don't let it get past you. Don't let it fly past you. 4, Torchlight Energy Resources, ticker symbol TRCH. So this stock is sitting around $6.69 right now. But this is one stock which you definitely want to watch this week. In fact, from tomorrow you should be watching it, because right now it's actually up 7% after hours. Friday it saw highs of I think 17 or 18% in one single trading day. And yes, this stock is now in the $6 range, but it hit highs of $5, around $5 price point back in mid-February when many different stocks were pumping. But straight after that, it sold off. And from the end of February, the mid to end of February until literally last week, it stayed in the $2 to $3 range. Now, it is in the $6 range. And this is one that's finally pushing again after months of consolidation. So Torchlight is being heavily squeezed, and yes, that means that there's a lot of potential opportunity there. You can place some call options on there, but you've got to be careful and be wary of what's happening with it. Now, let me just briefly touch on a few different interesting facts, interesting points, interesting bits of news about Torchlight, and we can kind of gauge what we want to do with it this week. June 22nd is the deadline to acquire Torchlight shares and must be held through the 24th to receive the dividend. Torchlight has 87 million plus total share shorts, including USA International and naked shorts. Due to the fact that Torchlight is providing a preferred share, shorts are forced to cover their positions, which leads to a short squeeze. The CEO of Meta stated that dividend can range from $1 to $20, but can't be predicted due to oil assets constantly changing. The short squeeze is constantly talked upon by the CEO of their own company, and provided preferred shares to accomplish this goal. The CEO of the heavily shorted stock OSTK did the same thing and gave a dividend of $1, and the stock squeezed from $5 to $128. So it looks like with this stock, it's another one which is game on. All you need to do is buy shares and hold them. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm just saying what my thoughts are on this stock. It might not do what OSTK did. It might not go from $5 or $6 now from all the way to $100, over $100. But you might see it hit highs of $20 very soon. You might see it do what stocks like Clover Health did recently, Wendy's, Wish. They shot up 100%, more than 100% in a couple of days. So when you have stocks like this, you can swing them, you can buy call options, you can do a few different things. But you got to be careful with your money, manage your risk wisely. But there's definitely potential opportunity going into this week. 5, Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. So speaking of dividends, this is another good stock which provides a dividend and pays a dividend, and you can also look at this stock as a long-term buy and hold. So Apple was down around 1% this week, and it's up over 6% on the month. Now this is a stock which can trade sideways. You've got to be careful with the call options, but there's a lot of money to be made with this stock by buying and holding these shares for long term. Again, you do get paid a dividend, but it's also one of those stocks which is going to continue to go up in price as long as you hold for a long period of time. And when it comes to trading this stock, I'm definitely looking at the couple different call options right now of Apple. The first one is a $131 strike price for the beginning of July, and the second one is the $135 strike price for 16th of July. Now for this one, there's a lot of volume on it, and the open interest sits at over 200,000 right now. So there's a lot of potential there, and it's enough open interest for us to make some profit Again, the one thing I do want to highlight is you've got to be careful because this stock can trade sideways. So if you're holding this from tomorrow or this week until the 16th of July or that week, you could end up losing a lot of money if you're just holding a stock which is moving very sideways. But if Apple does break the $131 point, stay above it and start moving towards the $135 point, and you become in the money, then you're going to make a lot of good money with your option contracts. But you got to watch what the stock does. You got to see what it does. Again, buying and holding long term right now at $130 price point is definitely ideal. A couple weeks ago, or even maybe a couple months ago, it was sitting around $120, and it was a great opportunity. If you had bought options for 45 days to 60 days out, you would have made a lot of money by now. We don't always remember that when we trade options, but if you just place your call options a little bit further out, especially with stocks like Apple, which usually do go up in price, then you're safer off. It's not all stocks are going to be a Torchlight and jump up 60-70% within a few days. Some stocks will be like a Bank of America where you see more sideways movement. Some stocks will be like an AHT where you see crazy movement. It just depends what you're trading. But those 5 stocks are all interesting watches for this week. Tomorrow the market opens again. I'm pretty excited. There's always potential with the market when it comes to calls, puts. There are so many different stocks to watch. So I've just picked out 5 which caught my eye going into this week. As always, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. As always, please do make sure to show your support. These videos do take a lot of time to film, record, edit, research, upload, all the stuff. It does take a lot of time, so please do show your support. Furthermore, make sure you guys check out the stock option starter pack. When it comes to trading options, you'll understand what I'm talking about when I say premiums, break even, strike price, all that stuff. You also want to check out the Discord. Make sure you guys come and say hello, join, see what's happening there. We have free channels. We also have paid channels, which will come out at premium. And you also get access to a couple of paid channels through the stock option starter pack. Lastly, you and I can both get free cryptocurrency through KuCoin and Coinbase. My links are in the description below. And we can also both get a free stock through Robinhood. Again, that link is in the description below. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hope you guys enjoy your Sunday. Let's have a strong week in the market. Let's all make some money. I got money making, you got money making. See you guys tomorrow for Money Motivation. Peace.
Game over.